Thank you. I am honored to be here and to be given this opportunity to share with you what's sustainable, what is sustainable at corporate level for a company like Total. So I am part of Total, as it has been said. It's, for those who don't know, a very large private company, the first one in the CAC 40 in Paris, quoted in Paris, the fourth or the fifth, depending which criteria you take, oil and gas major private company. So I thought this morning, corporate sustainability is more than CSR, classical actions. Yes, I think that this is really has to be embedded in the corporate strategy, and I will try to share that with you as we try to do in Total. First, I think it has to be embedded in the corporate purpose of the company. So for Total, for example, the corporate purpose is energy. So we are an energy company. We produce, we transport, we sell energy. This is the main part of our business. To do that, we've done that for years. It is the roots of the company. We have very talented people who are very proud of their work because they know they are participating to deliver energy to people, and they all know in the company that energy is key for development. Energy is key to feed people. It's key to develop people, develop countries, have access to education even, I would say. As we've heard this morning, it's very important for communication, for well-being of people. So everybody wish to have access to modern form, to modern type of energies. So people are very proud. We do a kind of, every 2 years, a kind of inquiry among all of 100,000 employees in Total, and there is something which is key, it's they are very proud. It's also people who are very competent in general, and the competency of the company is in many fields. It's technology, for sure, it's science, it's business, finance, and so on, human resources. So why are they so proud? Because, I mean, on the other hand, the roots of our company is in oil and gas. You know that, even though we are diversifying our business today, I will come back to that. But the roots of our business, the roots of our competencies, the heart of it is in oil and gas. So oil and gas is non-renewable resources. It's an energy, for sure, but it's non-renewable, and there are consequences on environment, on people, and so on. So I think the first thing, and why they are very proud, it's because they understand the finality of energy, the finality of the purpose of the company, and they also participate to the acknowledgement on the fact that we have impact. And these impacts are not all good for the planet and for the people. So I think the first step we've done, maybe 10 years ago, I don't remember exactly the date, is to acknowledge that, yes, we can be proud of what we do, can be proud of our competencies, of our strengths, of our financial strengths, but we do also have to acknowledge that we have impacts and we have to do progress on that. And we have to participate to the progress on that. So the impact, you know all of them. We have impact on environment, because when you produce, when you have an industry of transformation of oil and gas in several products and energy, you emit things in the atmosphere, you use water, you use a lot of things, so you can impact a lot the environment if you do not progress on these impacts. If you don't use your competency also to lower the emissions, for example, around an industry. That's just an example. We do also have impact on people, because our, for example, our industry is not without risk. It's huge facilities, huge industrial facilities, and you all know that we've had, as a global industry, not specifically Total, but Total also, huge accidents with a lot of fatalities. Probably some of you still have in mind the Piper Alpha platform in the North Sea with more than hundreds of people that were injured. You also have probably more in mind the Macondo issue from a platform of BP disaster in the Gulf of Mexico. So yes, we are at risk and we have to progress on that. I will come back on that. People all know that inside the company and for sure the public. We have an impact on climate, yes, because the fact that we produce oil and gas molecules is just to recover the energy of the carbon-hydrogen bond. And when you recover this energy by burning it, you emit CO2 at the atmosphere. So yes, we do have an impact as an industry, and our product that we sell has impact on the climate. So we know that and we have to acknowledge it to be able to be also part of the solution. Why? We wish to be part of the solution because we think we have the competency to do it, but probably not alone. And that I will come back to that. But we are part of the solution. For example, I talk about the impact we can have on people, on the safety of people, on the security of them, because we do work in 140 countries. So you know that this world is not secure everywhere, for sure. So we have set, for example, inside Total, a zero fatality objective. We do believe that we can reach this objective, zero fatality, inside our work and also on that. And I must admit that since that time, we decided to have zero fatalities. It's more than 200 days we did not have any fatalities. Because if you don't set this objective, if you don't believe that you can reach a goal, you will never reach it, as we've heard this morning. So the top executive of the management had decided, no, now stop. The life of people is a value, so we put a goal on zero fatalities. And I hope we are going to be there for long, but we are there today. So this knowledge, to do that, it's not only to wish it, it's also to develop all the means that goes with that, to have plans and all that. To do that, we can do that inside the company, but we also have done that with programs we've shared with the NGOs and countries on road safety, for example, in Africa. We have a lot of actions on that, because as we sell fuel and gasoline, road is an issue for us, and road safety is a key program for us. These are just examples. On the climate issue, we are part of the problem, and we wish to be part of the solution. So we have observed, studied the International Agency Energy roadmap for 2 degrees Celsius, for example, and what we've seen is that anyway, we have to invest in new energies. Because in the energy mix of the future, we will not reach 2 degrees route without new energies. So as we are in the energy sectors, we have the capacity of investment. We have decided 5 years ago to invest in a very, very important manner in solar energy. And within 10 years, our plans is to invest more than $20 billion in solar energy, for example, to be able to have this mix and not only say, yes, we need new energy, but yes, we invest to develop new energies and to make it affordable for everybody. We do also have a lot of geoscientists, because to find oil and gas resources, you need these competencies. I am a geoscientist, by the way. And so we do want to put at the service of the community this knowledge to dig more in the capacity of reinjection of CO2 or storage of CO2. So we invest in R&D in that, and we are part of international programs in that. So it's just some example to say how this has to be reality, this has to become reality and not only words or good actions. I said that, in our view, energy is key for people development, but we do know that a lot of people do not have access to modern form of energy. It's why we had developed, and we know also that just giving money and doing charity programs to give access to people of energy is not sustainable. You all know that here. So 5 years ago, we decided to launch a program which is called Access to Energy, with a mark which is Awango. And the idea is to work with startups, with NGOs in the field, to develop ways of people that do not have access to connection, modern form of electricity, be able to buy and sustain their own solar device, which is the first step in the access of energy. Now we have more than 5 billion people in the world that have access through Awango to solar energy, but they have afforded that by themselves. It's not a charity program, but it's a very nice program. To do all that, I think what is key is, like for all corporate issues, it's to have a vision at the top of the company. And from this vision, build a strategy, as we do for business anyway, so we know how to do that. And then, from this strategy, build business case, business plans, and measure if we progress in that. For things that are very close to business, for KPIs around impact on environment, CO2 emissions, this is quite easy. Maybe the field where it's a bit more difficult for corporates, companies like us, is how do you measure the impact you have on engagement, commitment of people around your corporate purpose. One of the first things we can do, and we do in Total, is work on diversity. So 10 years ago, even a bit more, we started to work on that, and all kinds of diversity, stating that everybody has to have equal chance in the company to progress and have access to top management position or expert position of whatever, if they have the competences. When I speak about diversity, for sure it's gender diversity, but it's also cultural diversity, nationalities diversity, sexual orientation, political, religion, whatever philosophical opinion. And then it's not only a question of counting people. Yes, we started to have KPIs to see if what we said was going to be followed and really implemented. But once we started to see that, yes, we have following and we have reached these objectives and KPI in terms of number of women at the top executive level and so on, are we really inclusive of these people? Is it really everybody in the company that is really convinced that it is good for the purpose of the company? It's what I mean, the inclusion of all these people to the corporate purpose. And this needs cultural change at all levels of the company, and it's the step in which we are today. Because yes, numbers are key, KPIs are key, companies knows how to do that, but when it's more soft issues, it can be a bit tougher and more difficult. So we do work with that, and not alone, because in that issue, for example, association, NGOs, and all that can bring a lot to the table to big corporates like ours. It's not only a question of investment, it is a question of investment. You have to be able to invest. It's also a question of people, competencies, but it's also a question of partnership, competencies, and culture. Thank you. Sorry.